Hello, welcome back to food content. I picked up my CSA yesterday and I felt like filming some food I'm gonna make for you. Here's what I have from the CSA. I have this weird filter on. I don't know if it's good. We'll see. Anyway, I have zucchini, some red spring onions, which are lovely, corn, fresh corn. I only got 4 ears, but still. A couple green peppers and some thyme. Tell me if the filter is too weird. I thought it made the color look nice, but maybe it's not worth it. Anyway, I'm going to saute all of this stuff up, and I also have some frozen shrimp, which is fun to just like throw in things. I'm considering putting black beans in as well, and I'll just decide on that later. Otherwise, I'll chop everything up and show you. Oh guys, I just peeled the corn, which is actually very silly because it's the last thing I'm going to add to the dish, but it smells so good. Fresh corn in the summer. I mean, there's like nothing better. And I was thinking, oh, I wish you were here to smell it. And even in my intro, I was thinking like, oh, welcome back to my kitchen. And I didn't say that because you're not really in my kitchen. Really, I'm wherever you are right now. And those are the trippy thoughts that I'm having while I inhale glorious corn. So yeah, if you're watching this, which you are, tell me where you are. Where am I in your phone? What are you doing? Tell me. First up, I'm going to chop these onions. And I'm going to use some of the green as well. And, oh, hello. Okay, something I heard about onions once that really stuck with me, and I'm going to share it with you, is this. Because these onions are actually from 2 weeks ago, so they're not that new, but I mean, they're fine. They're onions. Anyway, I heard someone say this once, and it's that you never wish that you had kept a layer of onion, but you do sometimes wish you had removed the last outside layer. Like the last outside layer, sometimes it gets a little like, I don't know, dried up. The moisture comes out of it and it doesn't have the same texture as the rest of the onion and maybe not the same flavor. So when in doubt, just like peel an extra layer off. You don't need it and you'll never miss it. Okay? I'm gonna try to give you a visual aid on this. So this is my last onion and I can feel down here, we're all good. But then as I feel this part of the onion, I can already tell, like I don't wanna eat this layer that's up here, but I do wanna use some of the greens because those are gonna be good. So when I get to about here, I'm actually gonna peel back another layer because maybe I'll show you. It's just, you don't wanna eat that. Okay, look, here we are. This layer, it's wanting to come off. It's just like coming away. And I'm gonna get rid of it. And I'd do a better job if I wasn't filming, but this is what I do for you. Maybe even another layer. You can just kind of tell that it's not good. Like the texture is off. I did another layer and now we're down to like what you would identify as a scallion in the store, and it's feeling plump and good, and I'm happy to chop it. Okay, I just chopped up the zucchini. And I just got this new kitchen island and it's like huge. It's way bigger than my last one. So it's such a luxury to have like my cutting board here, all the space for the food, a plate to collect everything, and my compost on the counter. And then I'm gonna be cooking in a cast iron. So I will actually just turn this on now to get it preheating, because I think with cast iron, you just want the whole thing hot when the food goes in, and it can just sit there hot. This cast iron just holds heat, and then when I throw the veggies in, they'll like really char, and it will be delicious. I also have a handful of shrimp here just defrosting, right, because they were frozen. And if I need to, I'll pour some water on them to help them defrost, but probably by the time I'm ready to add them, they'll be good to go. That's actually what I really like about shrimp. They're so fast to cook, so fast to defrost. It's easy to keep them in the freezer. They're not cheap, but they're cheaper frozen. And they're just like so easy to throw in on things if you eat shellfish. Okay, here's where I'm at. I chopped up all my zucchini and green bell pepper, and like I said, love this huge new work surface. And then I started cutting up my corn, and then I started thinking, and I had an idea, and here's my train of thought. So first I was like, oh, maybe I should make some rice to go with this. Oh, am I gonna do the beans? I could put the beans in the rice, bulk it up. And then I started eating this corn, and I remembered that I still have cornmeal. And I was thinking I could make polenta to go with this, with like fresh corn in the polenta. Let me know what you think I should make. So should I do rice or polenta? Okay, so I know I just asked you to take a poll, and maybe you did, but in the meantime, I thought about what I wanted, and I decided that I don't want polenta. Like, that's not what my gut wants. Decided to make rice, but then I had the brilliant idea to use the corn cobs and put them in the rice cooker, and maybe it will all just sort of have a essence of corn. We'll see. Okay, I've decided that I'm gonna start by just sauteing my shrimp. They're all defrosted and I kind of dried them off. This is my pan full of hot oil, and I can just drop the shrimp in. They're pretty much done, and then I just tossed in some sprigs of thyme, and I'm gonna sort of toss them around so they all get a little fragrant, you know? Okay, amazing. Now we have like shrimp bits on the bottom of the pan, which will make everything a little shrimpy. I'm adding some more oil. Oops, I turned this off so shit didn't burn. Gotta turn that back on. Yeah, all this little stuff on the bottom. It'll be tasty. Now I'm gonna add this big plate of vegetables, but not with my phone in my hand. All my veg is in the pan. Definitely going to salt and pepper this. I will also add another sprig of thyme and maybe some coriander powder. Yup, I just added a little bit of coriander. I think paprika would be good in this too, but I'm gonna use my mushroom umami. I don't know, it's okay. While I'm here, I'm also gonna do a little black beans on the side, just kind of heated through with some olive oil. And look, I love a cast iron because you really get color on your vegetables. I don't know if it's picking up, but they're starting to get, yeah, like this, like that brown. See? Back to the beans. I'm gonna add some fresh garlic, but also some cumin powder because cumin and black beans is very good. And some thyme because I have so much of it. So I also grated in some garlic, and that's just heating through. Maybe it's up too high. Maybe we can do that gently. Cool. Back to my veg. Let's see what kind of color we have going on. See, now you can really see it. I'll give these a good little toss. And, ooh, I can smell the char too. That's cool. This, now I'm going to add corn, and there's also garlic in here. Maybe you can tell. So I don't want my garlic to burn anywhere. So I'll just toss that in, and then things are going to be done in just a couple minutes, which is good because over here I have my rice going, and it just went off, so I turned it off, and I'll just release the steam when I'm really ready. Otherwise it's slowly releasing. Okay, everything just finished all at the same time, which is great, but I wasn't able to show you. First, here is the rice plated. It's kind of hot still, so I can't really tell if the corn flavor is in there. I will say it's a little gummy. I think I should have added less water because those corn cobs probably gave off a lot of moisture when they were cooking. So overall, maybe a texture not perfect. Next up, some black beans. And then like this is what we really came for, all these sauteed veggies, and I love all that brown color. Next I'll add some shrimp. I wish I had gotten a little more color on my shrimp, but it is what it is. I'm thinking a squeeze of lime is just gonna be really good on this, so here we go. That's summery. Vegetables from my CSA are just better. They just taste good. Like green peppers, not my favorite pepper, not my favorite vegetable, but these are really good.